Think about the last decision you made today. Was it truly your decision? Or was it quietly influenced by emotion, habit, fear, or someone else's opinion? Most people go through life believing they think clearly, yet few ever question how their thoughts are formed. This audiobook will change that. Opening reflection. Take a breath and consider this. Every choice you make, from what to eat for breakfast to whom to trust, to how to invest your money or spend your life, rests on the quality of your thinking. Yet most of us never learned how to think well. We were taught what to think, not how. We absorb opinions from news feeds, friends, advertisements, and authority figures, and we rarely stop to ask, is this true? Is this reasonable? Does this serve me or someone else? Today, we're going to change that. Not with complex theory, but with clear, practical insight you can use immediately. What is critical thinking, really? Critical thinking is often described in textbooks as logical or analytical thinking. Those definitions are accurate but incomplete. In everyday life, critical thinking is simply the art of refusing to accept ideas at face value. It's the quiet habit of asking, what evidence supports this claim? What might I be missing? Who benefits if I believe this? Imagine you're scrolling online and see a headline. This one food will change your life forever. A non-critical thinker clicks, buys, and hopes. A critical thinker pauses and asks, who wrote this? What's their evidence? What are they selling? That pause, that small moment of deliberate questioning, is critical thinking in action. It's not about being negative, it's about being free. Why most people rarely think critically. The human brain is brilliantly efficient, but efficiency comes at a cost. We are wired for speed, not accuracy. Our minds rely on shortcuts, heuristic patterns that help us navigate a complex world quickly. Most of the time, these shortcuts work. But when the stakes are high, shortcuts fail us. There are four main reasons we avoid critical thinking. First, cognitive laziness. Thinking deeply is hard work. The brain consumes more energy when it wrestles with uncertainty than when it accepts a simple story. Second, emotional comfort. We prefer ideas that feel good over ideas that are true. Challenging a cherished belief can feel like a threat. Third, social pressure. We are tribal creatures. Disagreeing with the group can feel dangerous even when the group is wrong. And fourth, information overload. In a world of endless opinions, it's easier to pick a side quickly than to sort through nuance. These forces aren't weaknesses, they're human, but recognizing them is the first step toward freedom. The hidden cost of poor thinking. Weak thinking doesn't just lead to occasional mistakes, it quietly shapes entire lives. In money, we buy things we don't need because an influencer made it feel essential. We fall for get-rich-quick schemes because they promise safety without effort. In relationships, we stay with people who diminish us because we confuse intensity with love, or fear being alone more than we fear being unhappy. In career, we follow prestige instead of purpose, or stay in jobs that drain us because everyone else thinks it's a good opportunity. In beliefs, we adopt political or ideological positions not because we've examined them, but because they signal belonging. The cost is measured not just in money or time, but in autonomy. Poor thinking hands control of your life to others. Common thinking traps. Let's name some of the most dangerous traps so you can spot them in yourself and others. Confirmation bias. We seek evidence that supports what we already believe and ignore evidence that contradicts it. Emotional reasoning. I feel it strongly, therefore it must be true. Feelings are real, but they are not evidence. Authority bias. We accept ideas because they come from someone with a title, a large following, or confidence, even when the idea is flawed. And herd mentality. If everyone believes it, it must be true. History is full of examples where everyone was catastrophically wrong. These traps are invisible until you learn to look for them. How critical thinkers see the world. Strong thinkers share a few quiet habits. They question assumptions, including their own. They separate facts from opinions, stories from data. They slow down when the stakes are high. They ask what else could explain this, instead of rushing to one conclusion. They remain comfortable with, "I don't know," until the evidence is clear. These habits don't make life less emotional or less connected. They make it more intentional. Simple daily practices to strengthen critical thinking. You don't need hours of study. Small habits compound. The 10-second pause. Before reacting to news, an argument, or a purchase impulse, pause for 10 seconds and ask, "What do I actually know here?" The steel man technique. When disagreeing with someone, first restate their position in its strongest, most charitable form. Only then respond. This trains clarity and fairness. The source question. Whenever you encounter a strong claim, ask, "Who benefits from me believing this?" Follow the incentives. The alternative question. For any important decision, force yourself to generate at least 2 reasonable alternatives. This breaks tunnel vision. The evidence journal. Once a week, pick one belief you hold strongly and write down the actual evidence supporting it. Be honest. You'll be surprised how often the list is shorter than you thought. Start with one practice. Mastery comes from repetition, not intensity. Closing message. Critical thinking is not a talent some people are born with. It is a skill anyone can build. And it is the quiet foundation of a free life. When you think clearly, you choose your actions instead of reacting. You see manipulation before it takes hold. You build wealth, relationships, and beliefs that actually serve you. The world will always offer easy answers. Your power lies in refusing them until they earn your trust. If this audiobook made you question your thinking even once, then it has already done its job. Stay curious. Keep questioning. And most importantly, think for yourself.